media is the base for most marketing initiatives, but the struggle for most individuals, brands, and small businesses is that there's no real understanding of what to measure for success. And as social media managers, we need to be able to tell our clients what is and is not working. This video is going to break down for you what you should have in place for tracking social media success, what goals you need to consider, what success looks like, and how to set expectations between you and your clients. Make sure to stay to the end of this video where I'm going to show you a fantastic and easy way to use Sendible to provide reporting for your clients. Hi, my name is Desiree, an agency owner, loyal Sendible customer since 2011, and your guide through all things social media management. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below if you are with an agency wanting to streamline your social media management workflow and stay up to date with all things social media marketing. As someone who's been a social media manager for over 12 years, I really feel that managing my clients' expectations is the hardest part of the job. And this makes sense because there's so much going on in social media, so many success stories and failures, and so many changes that when someone is paying for a service, they want to know what to expect even when everything seems to be in a big state of flux. There are two sides to managing expectations. First, the details. These are going to be the things like what you will do logistically, like how many posts you're going to do per week or when, what graphics and videos are going to need to be created, and what themes or topics will the content be created for. This includes how much you're going to charge, when payments are due, and how you expect to be paid. You can also use this time to establish how communication will happen between the clients and yourself, as well as what standing deadlines will be. By locking down these details, there will be zero room for confusion about what is expected from both parties. Also, make sure to spend time explaining the difference between paid and organic reach. Both require a budget and a plan, but they reap different results depending on the investment and the creative associated with it. Additionally, make sure the client understands the difference in the kinds of posts that are available to do: static, links, images, or video. You both need to agree on what kind of posts will be done each day, week, or month to make sure a clear budget is in place for the desired content and the results the client wants. Second is the results of the work. Nothing in marketing is guaranteed and would be unrealistic for your client to expect that from you or for you to promise anything to your clients. Social media is a tool for broadcasting messages, connecting with individuals, and converting sales. However, how well this will go for your client's social media is totally different story. Make sure you and your client have sat down and discussed goals, resources, objectives, and expected return on investment outcomes. If you need a guide for this, check the video in the cards now about onboarding new clients to set solid foundation about what to discuss with your clients to set them up for success. If they have existing social media and an online presence, dive into the data that they have and see what did and didn't get the results that they wanted. An example of the kind of expectations you can set with your clients could be a percentage of engagement. Maybe a page with less than 1,000 likes could expect to see a 3% increase in engagement, views, and followers at the end of the first month with organic reach. This is realistic since the page isn't very big and allows for your client to know what to expect. You can explain that you plan to accomplish this by posting 4 times a week posts that have images and videos. If they are wanting to see a quicker level of growth, you can discuss with them the option of doing paid ads to boost engagement, run a like campaign, or dive into traffic to their website. The best way to work towards a solid plan for your success for your client's social media is to set goals. These aren't always going to be sales goals, but they should be included. You want to set goals for engagement, reach, clicks, email opt-ins, and views in addition to sales. These 6 areas of focus will allow for you to ask the question, what is the objective of this post? That way, what you are posting is purposeful, but not pushy or salesy. When setting expectations, you also want to ask is, if you can help them reach their goals, what does success look like for that client? Spend time really diving into this with a client so you're able to effectively create content plan and a calendar focused on helping them reach these goals. The 3 main goals you are going to be focusing on are brand awareness, lead generation, and conversions. You want to spend time discussing what these are with the client and discuss with them your plan to make them happen in a realistic time frame. Then you can follow up these secondary goals with email opt-ins, views, clicks, phone calls, and so on. This is vital to your success as a social media manager because understanding and knowing these clear goals will allow for you to craft a proper call to action for each social post. Part of establishing and understanding the goals and objectives of your client starts when you onboard a new client. So make sure you watch our onboarding video that you see in the cards now so you don't miss a step. The best way to know if your efforts are working is to track analytics. You will want to establish from day one that you start what the numbers will look like for the client based on where you are posting for them and where you are setting their followers. This will require you to not only have access to the client's social media accounts, but also any sites that you are tracking, like their Google Analytics or email marketing system. Let's create an example. Let's say you have a client that is an HVAC company who wants to use social media to educate their current and potential clients about HVAC maintenance and care. The objective is going to be to grow their email list from their checklist opt-in, get calls for service requests, and get signups for their biannual seasonal maintenance services in their local area. The channels they are posting to include their Facebook business page, Instagram, and Google My Business. Success for them looks like getting 3 calls per week that result in booking on an on-site service call, compounding growth on their social media channels, reviews to their Google My Business, and 100 email opt-ins per month to their email list. So how do you track this? I personally use Sendible to get an overall picture of the engagement for my client with their reporting tool. It allows for me to know post impressions, views, engagement, the number of posts sent, which posts perform best, audience growth, and more. You can easily generate and share these reports directly with your clients. The reports are super easy for your client to understand and review. As another option, you can use a Google or Excel spreadsheet that has a tab for each month, with each column storing the number for the different social networks, email lists, website visits, and calls made per month. Each column would be updated row by row on a weekly basis to reflect the current state of the numbers for each item listed. This allows for you and your team to see how things are going and show the client what the growth has been week after week. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this video that I would show you how you can use Sendible's reporting features to simplify your social media reporting and give you a nice presentable document to share with your client. So let's head over to the computer so I can show you how to do that.
Okay, so when you're in Sendible, you're going to go to the top tab that says Reports, and then you're going to click on Reports Hub. So what the Reports Hub has available for you is all of the different platforms that they can pull reporting from for your different social networks that you are managing for your customers. You can see them also along the left-hand side of the screen as well. All right, let's break down with some Facebook here. So I'm just going to, it defaults to 1, so I'm going to exit it out, and then we're just going to pick one that we think would work. So in the case of this, I'm just going to use this client, and I'm going to go up here and hit Generate Report. Now, it defaults to the last 2 weeks that we have here. So what I'm going to do is filter the date, and I'm going to just make it like for the month of January. That way we can have like a full report for a month to provide for our client. As we can see, we have our post impressions, our page reach, post engagement, and page consumption. So I can really get an idea based on all these different things. I have published behavior, best time to post. I have metrics. I can see that we've had a decrease in how much we've been posting. I can see our top performing posts here. Like these are the ones that have done the best. And so this allows for my team and for the client to look and say, okay, this is what was working really well. Let's kind of make some more of them. Down here we have post impressions, so we can see like what our reach has been like. We also have our page growth, where we can see the difference between organic likes and people that have chosen to unlike the page or unfollow. And then we have our page growth metrics, and then we have our demographics, which is really important to make sure that who we are posting to is on point for like what we're expecting. And then as you can see, we can make sure that we're in the right countries for where they're mainly focusing on for their business. We have their audience engagement, actionable metrics, and then we have engaged users. So these are the people that have commented the most and have seen the most and have done the most from it. As you can see down here, I can hit next and go click and see more. But what I would love to show you too is at the top how we can save this into a document. So if you go up here, you can hit print or save to save the report. I like to print these, and then I can add the first page of the report, a header or a graphic, or not include the cover at all. I almost always include the cover. And what this does is it generates a printable report for me to send to my customers. And then I can just save it as a PDF. And then I have it to use for my clients to send to them. Okay, and then I have this really nice report that they can use for what they're trying to do. I can also email this report straight from the platform as well, or I can also provide a report guide which explains to the customer what it is that they're looking at. So maybe this is something that you can do the first time you send this to your client so that they can reference it. Maybe you can put it somewhere on your CRM or your project management tool. This is really helpful so that if like they're learning what you're doing and they can reference it back after you guys have spent time together. Let's take a look at a different social network. Like maybe let's see what's happening on LinkedIn. Right, so LinkedIn's a different one that we have that's available to us. So let's select a client that we are doing some work for on LinkedIn. We can generate a report. Again, go change our date to the last month because I think that that's a great way to get a good assessment. And then we can go in here and see our impressions, our engagement, and our click-through rates. And it's the same kind of information, but this is specific to LinkedIn. And I think that this gives us a really great snapshot of like how the page is doing. I like that we can see what the graphics are that are doing great, as well as our demographic information, the country, and so forth. So you can do this again for all the different social networks, and it's super handy for the pages that you have added into here, so that you can track your client's success and measure what is and is not working.
Now, to get all the finer data points, you can log into each platform natively to pull all the data that Sendible is unable to access due to API restrictions. But my experience shows that Sendible reports are incredibly detailed and save a lot of time and labor. Now that you have a better understanding and a handle on managing your clients' expectations, I want you to make sure that you are ready to handle their social media management. So watch this video here, where I'm going to show you how I use Sendible to manage my client's social media, and watch this video here because YouTube thinks you are really going to like it. And until next time, remember, keep it simple.